Now that we have our GitHub account set up, let's spend a little time to learn about Git, the technology, the core technology that stands behind GitHub. Uh, it was originally created by Linus Torvalds, the guy that created Linux. It's a pretty popular technology used by a lot of companies, so it's worth learning and paying some of paying a little attention to the main concepts around this technology. Git is free and open source. It's also called a distributed version control system. What it acts is like a repository where you can store your code, and you would have like the entire history of the changes that you perform on your project. Allows you to go back in time to see why a particular change has happened in the past, and it's also very useful for the entire development process to automate and to publish changes. So it's called distributed because at certain point there can be multiple repository. Of course, you start with one that is called the origin. Like the one I just created on GitHub. And from this repository, you could do multiple clones. For example, you could clone one on your local computer repository by issuing the command git clone. Git allows you to record any changes on your local repository and track them with git commit. And at some point, you might want to push those changes in another repository. And to do that, you'll have to issue the command git push. Of course, there could be multiple repositories, so another colleague of yours could also do a clone of the repository, and this is where Git acts like a collaboration tool because it will allow you to deal with the changes, merge the changes in either the origin repository or even create branches that are a separate line from your main project, where you can publish a feature, and as soon as it's done, you can merge it in your main line of development. So this would be a basic introduction on Git. We will use it on the development side to track our code changes, but also integrate it with different pipelines to automate the deployment of the application that we are building.